Yes. Shh. I have been quietly trading the 1 minute chart. And I'm going to show you everything. And I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you the chart soon. I'm going to show you, my trades and, just explain everything. Now, you're going to ask me, hey, Ben, why are you trading a 1 minute chart? I thought you loved the 5 minute chart. Listen, it's the same strategy. All I'm doing is basically using a 1 minute chart to enter, okay? I'm doing everything the same. It's just 1 minute chart for the entries. Now, why is because I told you guys earlier, right? If you have been following my journey, you know that I'm trying to get more rewards, for my trades. So, I went to the 1 minute chart like 2 months ago, and basically it was a disaster, right? I lost like 10K. I think it was in one day. I was like, okay, I'm done. So basically what happened was I went on tilt and I was just over trading, revenge trading, doing, a lot of silly things. Okay. And that reminded me why I actually stopped trading the 1 minute chart and I went back to the 5 minute chart. But I was like, you know what? Let me give it another try. Okay. Again, because I'm trying to get more rewards. Now, I said to myself, if I want to try it again, how can I, do things, differently now? Okay. So what I'm doing now, I'm looking for more confirmation before I take a trade. And I'm only looking at the 5 minute chart. And whenever I see, a setup or whenever I see something that tells me, okay, now I have to go to the 1 minute chart, that's when I look at the 1 minute chart. You do not want to just stare at the 1 minute chart all day. You want to just mainly look at your 5 minute chart. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about and then switch to the 1 minute chart. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Well, that is kind of true, but it's not 100% true because if you experience consistency, there's going to be a period where you can do better. There's more, right? There's something that you can do to maximize whatever you're trying to do. Like a good example is like Amazon, right? Amazon added Amazon Prime, right? 1 day shipping, 2 day shipping. And they didn't have to do that. I mean, at that time, they were still at the top, right? You could say, hey, man, Amazon, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But no, they know that, okay, we can do better. We can do more. Sometimes, it's good to try to, maximize whatever you have going on. So they did 1 day shipping, 2 day shipping, one button click. So you can order your products. So that's what I'm doing right now, guys. I'm just trying to maximize and try to add on, on whatever I have going on. And, worst come to worst, I can always go back to the 5 minute chart, whatever. It is what it is. But I'm not going to lie, man, I've been doing really good with the 1 minute chart, like really, really good, like really good. Basically, I've been trading it for pretty much like, 1 month and only had 2 losing days within the whole month. Okay. Which is absolutely, amazing. Like it shocked me, that I only have 2 losing days. So again, I'm gonna show you guys, my, the way I'm looking at it and what I'm doing to just have more confirmation when it comes to the, trading, the 1 minute chart, and we're gonna go from there. So let's go to the chart. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm using volume, okay, to basically give me a little bit more confirmation before I get in the market. Because what I was doing before is I was trying to basically use candlesticks to get in the market. And if you lose the 1 minute candlesticks the same way you use the 5 minute candlesticks, what can happen is you can get faked out a lot of times, or you can, you can just, again, over trade. So me personally, that's the reason why I went on tilt, because I would just, maybe I see a rejection on the 1 minute chart, boom, I get in. And let's say I get stopped out, I'm trying to trade the next candlestick. So now I'm actually giving myself more confirmation, and I'm trying to look for volume to come in the market first and then attack the market. So let me show you guys a good example. All right, so let's go to some recent trades, okay? So right here, we see that the market popped up, right? And basically it was holding this, this up move, this impulse, right? So it looks like, it's flagging. So to me, I'm like, all right, we could definitely maybe, continue to the upside. But I was also ready if we did break down, okay? But overall, it's looking bullish, right? So notice how it's holding this level right here. And I'm looking at that. And let's go to the 1 minute chart to basically show you what I saw. So right here, the 1 minute chart, right? So the 1 minute chart, it was holding this level. I didn't really want to participate around here because we was in a tight range. I'm like, I'd rather it to break out that range. I waited for, that pop to the upside, and I'm looking for volume, okay? So basically most of my trades are either a breakout or, a pullback, So right here, I see the breakout, right? And I'm looking for volume. I don't really see, volume until we got here, okay? So right here, I start to see volume coming in the market. I'm like, okay, boom. So we have volume in the market, right? So I'm like, all right, if it pulls back anywhere around here, I'm gonna participate, okay? So I got in with a limit order, okay? And basically I'm gonna scalp this to the upside. So I scalped this, and this was pretty much like a quick one-to-one to the upside, right? And it's quick pop to the upside, and I was done for the day. Now, what I do, okay, when I'm trading the 1 minute chart, every trade is not created equal, okay? So I'm more like a dynamic trader right now, okay? Trading the 1 minute chart. So you have two type of traders, okay? You have a dynamic trader, okay? And you have a fixed trader. Now, a fixed trader basically is a trader that get in, right? And they say, maybe set it, forget it. I get in, I'm looking for my entry, and I'm looking for maybe 2 to 1, 3 to 1, whatever, okay? A dynamic trader is more flexible. One trade, he might get in with light size, or he might say, you know what, I'm going to go for a quick one-to-one. The next trade, he may say, you know what, this trade, I'm looking to hold a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing when it comes to this style of trading. I'm looking to just basically be a dynamic trader because I realize that every single trade is not going to give me that big reward. Now with the 1 minute strategy, I definitely could get, 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, 1 to 6, even sometimes 1 to 10s. But some trades that I take are just quick scalps, quick one-to-one, maybe a quick 1 to 2, and that's it. But, I definitely do go for the big, runners, but it's not every single trade. And I noticed that when I'm, doing my back testing and realize, okay, you know what? Every single trade is not going to be that big home run. And basically, a lot of times, or lately, I've been doing a lot of scalping. I know it sounds like I'm going backwards because I said I want bigger rewards, but I realize sometimes it's not going to give me those big rewards. But it is what it is. Let me show you guys some more trades. All right, so here's the next day right here, guys. So basically, the way I was playing this is, overall, the market was holding this level. I mean, you look at it, every time it's going to this level, it's bouncing off, right? So I'm looking at that. It's the first thing I'm looking at. And I'm also looking at this resistance. So I'm like, okay, let's see what's going to happen at these levels right here. So let's go to the 1 minute chart. All right, so what I saw, okay, when I was looking at this market was we came to this level right here, we shot down, and we came up again. Now, usually I don't, the first, I would say 5 minutes, I don't do anything because the volume is wild. So I wait maybe after the first 5 minutes, and then I start to see if, when things calm down, the volume coming in the market. And then I saw we popped up, okay? So right here, I do see volume right here. There's two ways I look at volume. One way is basically if we get some volume in the market, but there's no continuation, to me, that's a signal that, that there's not enough buying in the market, and it's a possibility that the buyers could be, exhausted. So I'm looking to go against that buying. So we are at resistance. I see buying coming in, but no continuation. So to me, I'm like, okay, if it goes below this candle, I'm gonna go short, and I went short for this quick move to the downside. Okay, so that was that first trade. So this was like a quick 1 to 2. Now, this right here, we bounced off this support. Remember, we had this support. So I noticed that when I'm trading a 1 minute chart, I usually get maybe 1 or 2 trades, sometimes even 3 trades. Because remember, you're trading a 1 minute chart and it's going to show you more opportunities because you have more bars going on. So you definitely get more opportunities when you're using the 1 minute chart, but don't take advantage of that. Just make sure you're taking high quality trades. So right here, we had another example of the volume coming in, right? And then no continuation. So we have volume coming in right here, a lot of volume on the red side, right? So a lot of selling volume, but it hit that support area and no continuation. So to me, this is telling me that the sellers are exhausted and they don't have enough selling power to continue to go down. So that means that most likely there are not enough sellers in the market. So when I start to see that, I start to look to see if buying comes in, and then notice that we do have buying coming in right here. Okay, buying coming in right here, and I went long for a quick 1 to 1. Okay, so those are my 2 quick trades. Boom, to the upside. Right. I'm gonna show you guys some more examples. I'm hoping you guys are basically getting the concept. And also, if you're enjoying this so far, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I'm basically giving you guys gem. I can charge you for this right here, but I'm just giving you guys this for free. So hit that like button. And the crazy part is I always had volume in my back pocket. So I knew about this. This is nothing new for me, all right? Maybe some of you guys that's watching this is probably new to you. Volume was always something that I studied, always had in my back pocket, but I never found a way to actually consistently use it on a daily basis until I said, you know what, let me go back to the 1 minute chart, and I don't want to use 1 minute candles because 1 minute candles show up everywhere. I want a little bit more confirmation, and this is where I started to say, okay, let me see if I can actually use volume, because I always knew how to use volume. It's just that it was never complete. It was always like pieces here and there. So I did a little bit more back testing, and I realized, okay, this is what I need to do in order to use volume. So let me show you guys some more examples. Now, basically, let's go to another example. All right, so right here, guys. All right, let me see. This day right here, we definitely had, notice that we had support right here. But I was looking at this where we had this support right here and this support right here. And notice how the market came to this, you could say left shoulder, right? Inverse head and shoulder, and bounced off, okay? So I was looking at that. So let me go to the 1 minute chart. And again, guys, I'm literally doing the same thing that I was doing when I'm trading a 5 minute chart, but I'm just using a 1 minute chart to enter, okay? So what do we have here? Now, we came here, right? Notice how we have a lot of volume coming in the market, no continuation. That's one thing I saw. But I didn't really, participate on this bounce. I wanted a little bit more confirmation, right? Now, boom, here was it right here, the volume coming in the market. See how we have volume coming to the market? So we have sellers coming in, can't, bring it down. Now, all of a sudden, buyers coming to the market. I see volume coming in. So we're making higher lows, right? So I'm like, all right, I want to participate. So I just basically took this buy right here, and I did a quick scalp on this one. Quick 1 to 1, boom, I was out, and I was done for the day, right? Okay. Sometimes I'm done, one and done, boom, quick scalp. Sometimes I'm taking maybe 1 or 2 or 3 trades. It all depends on the market. So let me make sure you understand this, guys. Volume by itself is nothing, okay? You still have to understand market structure. Market structure is always going to be king, is always going to be first. It's always something that you need to know first, okay? So structure-wise, you have to understand first, and then once you incorporate the volume, you can definitely take the trade. So just understand that first. All right, so let's go to another example. All right, so here, this day right here, I saw that we had a resistance right here. Okay, so we had resistance right here, and I'm like, okay, let's see how it reacts to that resistance, and then we go from there. And also, we had support right here, and I'm noticing that too. So let me just basically draw that down. Okay, so let's go to the 1 minute chart. All right, so the 1 minute chart, notice how we basically broke that resistance, right? And all of a sudden, boom, selling came in. Okay, so we see selling coming in right here. So I'm like, all right, I like the selling that's coming in, but still I'm not convinced yet, right? Sometimes I don't pull the trigger right away. If I'm not convinced, I don't pull the trigger right away. Okay, so right here, the market tried to go up again, okay? And all of a sudden I start to see, the market falling right here. So I went short, okay, right there, went short for that quick scalp, and I was out, right? Boom. Again, a lot of times I'm doing quick scalps. Sometimes I can do quick 1-to-1, quick 1-to-2, right? And then the next trade, I took another trade after this. We bounced off support. Okay, I saw a volume coming in right here, but no continuation. Bounced off support, and then I see volume coming in right here. Okay, and I basically just got in when it went below this. Went above this level right here. And again, this was a quick 1-to-1. But I was risking pretty much this whole level right here. So my stop loss was here. Now, when we pushed up with more volume. So when it came back, basically I started to add a little bit more, okay? And we came back to that 1-to-1, and I was done, okay? Let me show you guys some more examples so you can really understand this. All right, so right here, this is the next day, and I'm gonna basically show you guys what happened. We had the support right here. We broke out of the support, and then we just went straight down. So let's go to the 1 minute chart. This day right here, I noticed that we broke this level right here with a lot of volume. Well, level right here, we broke it with a lot of volume right here. So notice how we broke it. Volume came in the market. So I'm like, oh, all right, I like that. So this first bounce right here, we basically retest the level, right? We retest this level, and then we fell. So I said, okay, goes below here, that's that continuation. I just want that quick scalp to the downside. I ain't gonna lie, guys, I've been doing a lot of scalping. And it's funny because I wasn't aiming to do a lot of scalping. I was aiming to get more rewards. But first of all, I'm trying to get used to the strategy. That's number one. And second of all, some trades I do scalp because either I'm not understanding the market fully at the moment, or I feel like the market maybe could be overextended or slow, so I just do a quick scalps. But sometimes I do hold, right? But I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing a lot of just quick 1-to-1s, get out the market. But I'm definitely going to be holding a little bit more. So let me go to the next day. Okay, so this day, guys, right here, we had definitely had some support right here. We had some support right here. We was bouncing off that support, and then we just shot up. Okay, so let me show you guys on the 1 minute chart what I saw. All right, so on this 1 minute chart, this was just, I didn't catch this. Again, sometimes, I don't try to catch the move, especially if I don't really understand what's really going on in the market. This is why market structure is very important. Sometimes you just have to understand the structure first before you even take a trade. So I didn't even take a trade. I didn't want to take a trade. And plus, this was early in the market, when the market opened. So we just shot up from this support level. And I saw volume coming in. Okay, I saw volume coming in right here. And I was like, okay. Basically, I saw volume coming in right here. So to me, I was like, all right, I'm just going to just do a quick scalp to the upside. That's what I did, a quick scalp, boom. Now, I thought I was going to be done for the day, but I wasn't. Because overall, if you look at this market, right, we had this level right here it was reacting to. Okay, so what happened was I took this first scalp. It was looking good, right? And then I said, all right, let me see if I can get a continuation to the upside. And we did have some volume coming in. I wasn't really too impressed, but we did have volume coming in a little bit. So I went with light size. And basically this goes back to what I said before, being a dynamic trader. Okay, you have two different traders. Sometimes I would go light, right, on a trade. If I'm not too sure, right? So I would go light, on a couple of trades just to fill it out, just to see if the trade could work. Maybe if I start to see a little bit more volume coming in, maybe I'll add some more size. But a fixed trader would say, okay, let me just throw on fixed size every single trade. Now, there's nothing wrong with both of these traders, okay? You can still be profitable being a dynamic trader, and you can still be profitable being a fixed trader, but it's up to you. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm just saying right now, since I'm using volume, I realize I'm just more a dynamic trader when it comes to certain trades. It's just what it is. You don't have to do this at first. You can just, if you just want to be, keep things as simple as possible, you can just say, I want fixed size every single time, but it is what it is. So right here, I went light size right here, and I added a little bit more here, but I got stopped out. Okay, so we didn't get that continuation. I thought we was gonna go up one more time, because sometimes the market, even though it hits resistance, sometimes we squeeze up one more time, right? So that's how I was hoping. Okay, maybe we could squeeze up one more time to go above this high, but it didn't. So I got stopped out. Okay, so I went long right here, got stopped out. All right, so after I got stopped out, the market went down again, right? And I said, all right, but it's got to stop me out. And then I saw volume coming in the market. And I said, all right, volume is coming in the market right here. Maybe I can get a short, because we did have resistance. So volume's coming in. So basically we broke out of here, and it basically pulled back to the breakout. I didn't really get in right here. Again, I wasn't too sure. Then I started to see it was breaking down right here. So I got in when it was breaking down for a quick scalp to the downside. And boom, that was a trade. So I was profitable that day. Boom. All right, so that was that. So let me show you guys today, and then we're gonna wrap this up. But I hope you guys are just understanding the whole process. So let me show you guys today. All right, so this is today. Basically we had resistance right here, and then we had support right here. Okay, the market, I ain't gonna lie, the market, you have to just understand, you don't have to be too quick to trade. Okay, just if you don't understand it, let's get out. So yeah, you could definitely took a short right here or a bounce right here. So what I was looking at is okay, so I didn't take a short right here. Okay, so I waited, the market shot up, boom, it sold right away. So I waited. Now what I did was, all right, I saw that the market was weak. Okay, it was weak. We was bouncing. And basically, I said, we have support level right here, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. If it breaks this, okay, I'm taking it short. So I took this short because overall, you notice how we had volume coming in. I just took this as a break. We had volume coming in. So I just took this break right here. Again, not too much size, this light size, until when we broke out. Okay, notice how we have more volume coming in. I said, all right, if it pulls back, I'm gonna add some more. So I added some more to this position, right, for that quick one-to-one. And this one-to-one worked out pretty good, and I was done for the day. Okay, so my stop loss was above here, and I got that quick one-to-one, and I was done for the day. Okay, I didn't take none of this stuff right here because I didn't even know it was gonna bounce like this, whatever. So I was done for the day. So that's how I'm using volume. And the crazy part is, throughout this whole process, I've been trading light because the last time I used the 1 minute chart, I lost like 10 grand in one day. So I was like, you know what, Ben, just go light this time, get used to it, and then you can always go heavier later. So all this right here, just me going light, making $600 here, $800 here, $900 here, $1,300 here, $1,000 here, $1,000 here. So I'm getting used to the process. I'm surprised of the results. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very surprised. But basically, this is what I've been doing. and I just been quietly just putting my head down, focused on that. Haven't been even recording any trades, so I'm gonna start recording trades now. While I'm trading a 1 minute chart, so you guys can see it live. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I hope you guys taking notes. Hope you guys enjoy this. If so, you know what to do. So that's all I have for you guys. Until then, have a great day, and we out.